What happens at the consular interview? Hi, my name is Audra Doyle, and I'm the owner and attorney of Doyle Law here in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, I'm going to share with you some information that I hope will help you get ready for your consular interview. Specifically, we're going to be talking about folks who are applying for an immigrant visa, not a non-immigrant visa. So an immigrant visa means that you will receive a green card when you arrive in the United States. To begin, you will receive a notice from the embassy with your appointment date and time. Typically, these notices will come to you about 30 days prior to the interview. And before this moment, when you receive the notice, you will have already dealt with a place called the National Visa Center. You will have submitted your DS-260. You will have submitted your civil documents, your affidavit of support documents. Those types of things will already be uploaded, and the embassy will have those copies. They can see everything online. Now, the thing to keep in mind, though, is that in these days, some embassies are way behind schedule. So there may be a big lag time between the time that your case is documentarily qualified with the National Visa Center and the time that the case actually gets to the embassy and they have an appointment date available for you. So be aware that there could be several months in between that time. But finally, the notice is going to come, and it's time for you to get ready. So you should receive it about 30 days in advance, as I mentioned, and sometimes it could be faster than 30 days. So once you receive it, you need to immediately start getting ready for the big day. Do not wait until day 25 to begin preparing for your interview. Now, the first thing I recommend you do once you receive the notice is go to the embassy website. Each website generally has immigrant visa instructions. It'll say, get ready for the interview. Here are embassy specific documents that you need to bring. Here are the steps you need to take. Some embassies even have a nice checklist for you to use to get ready. But the things that you definitely need to do, number one, you need to have a medical appointment, and the information for where to have that done will be given to you, or it will be located on the embassy website. So that's number one. I recommend start the medical process first. The medical office may be behind schedule, and that's going to slow you down. You don't want to not be finished before the interview. After the medical is scheduled, you've got that going. The second thing to do is gather your original documents. So you know that you've submitted copies to the National Visa Center. I recommend you bring your original documents to the interview. Original birth certificate, original marriage certificate, original divorce decrees, original police certificates, etc. Bring all of those things. And the third tip for you is to be organized. Get yourself organized for the big day. Now, some embassies will be very strict about how much you can bring in. They'll even be strict about what sort of bag you can bring. So some embassies may say no backpacks. Well, you can get a folder or an accordion file. Maybe it needs to be clear, and you can put all your documents into that file. But really, you need to go and look at your specific embassy's instructions, because they do change. They're different from embassy to embassy. Once you get all your documents ready, your medical is done, the last thing to do is study for the interview. Go over your case that was filed with immigration. Look over your DS-260. Make a note if you see typos anywhere. You can tell the officer at the interview, I'm sorry, my mother's name has a typo, there's a letter incorrect, and they will change that at your interview. Now, on the big day of the interview, I'd say all of the embassies these days do not allow electronics in the building. You're going to be there a long time. So you can take something to do, maybe take a magazine to read or take a book to read, but you will not be allowed to have your electronics in the building. And as I mentioned, several embassies say no bags whatsoever. So keep in mind those things. Dress nicely on your big day. And when you get ready to talk with the officer, the appointment should last maybe between 5 and 10 minutes, could go a little longer. The officer will ask you specific questions that they want to know about. They will have reviewed your social media beforehand, so be familiar with your case. Be familiar with things that you should know about for your case. And I hope this information is helpful to all of you. If you ever have questions, please reach out and contact us, and please subscribe to us on YouTube.